Hey guys, Radical Reg back at you with another video. And today we are going to look at my Switch collection. Now, about a couple weeks ago, depending on the date from now, the Switch celebrated its second year in the market. And I really didn't plan on getting one when it first came out. I was like, I'll get one when they're like no one cares about them or whatever. But a lot of fans of my channel insisted that I get one. Finally got one. And now, just want to show you off the collection I've had. I've almost had it for, I would say, a year now. And just want to kind of go over the games I have. Maybe some of you guys like some of this stuff. Maybe this is some of the stuff, some stuff you haven't heard of, maybe. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first off, I want to start off with a cool little beat 'em up. This is Code of Princess EX. Now, Code of Princess EX is a spiritual successor to the, I would say, to the Guardian Heroes games, if you ever played those on the Sega Saturn. Very fun beat 'em up, and it was actually made by some of the staff who created the original Guardian Heroes. So, the main character, her outfit is kind of weird. I mean, it's not really an outfit at all. It's something else. But other than that, though, the game is a really fun beat 'em up. I feel like it's something people could get into. It's an easy game to get into. Lots of fluid animations, cool boss battles, all kind of stuff that makes beat 'em ups like really interesting games. Next here, I want to look at a Blade Strangers. This is a fighting game, and it has actually some of the Code of Princess characters in here, along with some other characters in other games that I'll be getting into in a bit. It has a Shovel Knight character in here. Has Isaac from, if you remember that game called The Binding of Isaac, he's in here as a playable character. Really interesting fighting game. This is like a fighting game that's like nobody would go unnoticed. Like, not that fighting games already do go under the radar pretty much, except if it's not Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or whatnot. But this is definitely one I would say is hitting. A lot of people weren't looking at this game. I was, fortunately, so... if you see this in the wild and you like fighting games, definitely give it a chance. And also, I found out that it might be having some DLC content added to it. So, for those of you like added characters to your fighting games, yeah, check this one out. Next up here, this was a no-brainer for me when this went down in price. I got this on Black Friday, I think, for $20. This is Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition. I picked this up because I always wanted to play Street Fighter 3 on the go, and now I can. I mean, Street Fighter 3, the original series, not the Alpha series, but I'm a real big fan of Street Fighter 3, New Generation, Double Impact, which is called Second Impact or Giant Impact, whatever you want to call it, and then Fight for the Future, also known as Third Strike. Those are probably my favorite Street Fighter games in the whole series. I love those games, and being able to play them portable really means a lot to me. So this is definitely a no-brainer to me, but there's a lot of games on here that you can play, all the versions of Street Fighter 2. Even got Street Fighter 1 if anybody wants to play that, because everybody knows how hard Street Fighter 1 was to pull off moves. But if you pull them off, they did some damage. But definitely, if you see this on the cheap, definitely pick it up. Next here, I have Oxenfree. This was released by Limited Run. And I picked this up because I saw it randomly at Kelsey's store, and I decided to pick it up. And this is a really cool game. Definitely something really interesting that kind of pulled me into it. I didn't know what to expect going into this game, but once I heard a lot of the dialogue, and it just really, everything was just really interesting to me. So the mystery in this game is something definitely you want to check out, and it's one of those games that's not too long. I mean, you could probably finish this game probably maybe first time go maybe 4 to 5 hours in one sitting, maybe longer, maybe shorter. I'm not really sure, depending on how you play it, but definitely something that's going to pique your interest. I wish I was more pumped up about this game, but I'm happy I got it. But I tried to play it and I wasn't feeling it. This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now a lot of people are really all about this game. Lots of fun, lots of detail went into this game, but I don't know, guys. I'm really trying to feel it. I wish some more characters were unlocked for me in the beginning. Maybe I would have got more into it. I'm still trying to get into it. But Super Smash Brothers, what can I say? Everybody loves it. I'm trying to love it. Next we have here is Wild Guns Reloaded. Wild Guns Reloaded is basically a remake of the Super Nintendo game, and they add 2 new characters in it. I think there's 2 new levels in it as well. I haven't got that far yet, but definitely something you want to play if you like gallery shooters. Like one of my favorite gallery shooters is Blood Brothers, an arcade game that came out years ago, and the prequel to that game was actually Cabal, and that was out on Nintendo. But this game plays just like those, so if you like games like that, definitely check out Wild Guns. It's cool, and the Switch version is actually better than the other versions because you can actually play a beginner mode where it allows you to kind of go through the game and get a good feel for it without having to start all the way over again. So definitely, if you see any version out there, get the Switch version. Next we have a Shin Megami. Shin Megami is a horizontal shoot 'em up, and this is kind of cool because you can actually slow down time in this game, which is a really cool mechanic. When it gets too crazy on the screen or things get too hectic, you push the time button, everything slows down, you can get around, you can think about it, get your bearings back. I like games that do that kind of stuff, and the game is actually really pretty to look at. Like the environments look really good, and there's dialogue in the game too, so characters talk between each other. So if you liked all that stuff, you could skip that stuff if you want to, but it's there if you want a little bit of story. I like a little shoot 'em up with a little bit of story in it. It doesn't hurt. Next we have SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Fighting game by SNK. I support SNK, and I wanted to support them with this game. I thought it was hilarious how a lot of the characters are in this game, like the female Terry Bogard. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Terry Bogard being one of my favorite SNK characters ever. This one is, I would kind of say this is more of a beginning fighting game. So if you like games that if you're trying to get into fighting games and you want to kind of see a little bit how they are, or just have a good time, try SNK Heroines. It's really easy and fun. You don't even have to worry about a lot of circular motions in the controller to pull off super moves and everything. So it's really easy to get into. A lot of you guys in the comments know what I'm talking about. Very fun, cutesy game, fighting game. Next we have a Golf Story. I picked this up at Best Buy. This one is actually pretty interesting. It kind of intrigued me in a way. I haven't got into the story mode. I got into the arcade. I got into arcade mode first so I could see how the golf was and everything, and it was actually pretty interesting. So I'm definitely gonna, I would say, get more into this one. I haven't played much of it yet, as you guys know, but it's something that's piqued my interest. I wish I could say more about this next one. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This is one of the first Switch games I got, and I actually I took it with me to a video game con last August, and I hate to say it, guys, I ended up losing the game somehow. I guess I left it in my hotel or something like that. I don't know where I left it, but I left it in there. And luckily, I still have the case, so all I need to do is get the cart. I'm just waiting for it to become a cheap price. But everybody knows how the Zelda game is. Only thing I didn't like about this one, what I played of it, is that your weapons break. You know, I just want a solid weapon that's good to go. But I haven't got that far to where I got the sword yet. So maybe things change when I get the sword. Who knows? Hopefully the sword doesn't break. The main sword doesn't break, but we'll see how it goes eventually. Next up, we have Resident Evil Revelations Collector's Edition. I got this one because I wanted to have Resident Evil on the go. I'm a really big fan of Resident Evil Revelations 2. I think that's way better than the first one. I really enjoyed it. Hopefully they'll continue the Revelations series. But I just kind of was disappointed that the second game was DLC. So if you ever buy this game used, most likely you're only going to get one game. So Nintendo actually should have put the second game on the cart instead. But I don't know what they were thinking. Well, not Nintendo, Capcom. They were in charge of it, I'm guessing. So if you want to download the game to your Switch, it's gonna be taking 26 gigs of space, gigabytes. So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But anyways, Revelations 2 definitely the part worth owning on this. Not that nothing's wrong with Revelations 1, but I'm just more of a fan of Part 2. Part 2 felt like more of a, I don't know, just being on the island and trying to figure out what's going on and escape. It was just really entertaining to me. Next up, we have the Coma Recut. This is a survival horror game where you play as a student that's trying to pass a test, but I guess he's studying too hard or whatnot. He goes to school, he's taking the test, he falls asleep during the test, and he wakes up in a nightmare version of his school. And his sexy teacher is trying to kill him. And she's trying to kill him brutally. She's stalking you through the whole school. You have to hide, run, stay away from her, and she randomly is always coming around looking for you. So you have to be very careful, especially when you use your flashlight in the game, because people can see you because you have a flashlight on, so it makes it easier for you to spot. Very eerie game. Right now, it's on Amazon for around, I would say around $20. Went down in price. Nobody knows that this is out there, guys. So I mean, hopefully people won't miss the opportunity to get the Coma, because it's a survival horror on the Switch, and it didn't really get a lot of promotion. Merge Games, the creators of this game, I don't know if they know how to promote it or they just couldn't get the funds to promote it properly, but it's on Amazon. If you want to pick it up, I don't know if it was sold in any stores, but like I said, I found it on there. Good to go. All right, so next game here is probably my favorite game on the Switch, and this is the game, I got this game actually before I got a Switch because I figured when I eventually do get a Switch, I would want to have this game to play automatically. And this is Azure Striker Gunvolt Striker Pack. This comes with both games. Dude, these games, if you're a fan of like Mega Man and the Mega Man X game and the Mega Man ZX games, this is right up your alley. This is the spiritual successor to those. Indie Crates did a good job with this. Just a lot of fun, guys. Definitely something you want to pick up for the Switch if you can find this game. Not that there's limited quantities out there, well, there probably is, but if you like those type of games I'm talking about, you definitely want to pick this one up. It doesn't let you down. All right, so I have another stack, my last stack here. And next up is Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is, I think, the second best Sonic game in history. The first being Sonic CD, my personal favorite. I don't care what anybody says, Sonic CD is awesome. But Sonic Mania comes up a close second. So definitely, they did a really good job on this game, and it kind of shows you that that people, when they love a series, I mean, the people can actually make a better game than the creators. I mean, I know a lot of the creators of the original Sonic games, they didn't want to come back and make a new Sonic game. They always hire somebody else to make it, and they made the right decision in letting the fans make their own game. Sonic Mania is definitely the second best Sonic game in history. So definitely, if you have a Switch, definitely pick this one up. And it was nice to I think it's only $30, and it comes with a art book, and yeah, just an art book and the game and this cool sleeve here. But the other Japanese version came with a soundtrack. I would have preferred a soundtrack over an art book, but hey, whatever. And it comes with a reversible cover, so that's another cool thing too. But for $30, that's a good deal. Next game here I got from Play Asia. This is how do you pronounce this game? RXN Raijin. This is a shoot 'em up game. Vertical shoot 'em up game. I like this game a lot. I think it really, I like damn near almost all shoot 'em up games. I mean, it has to be something really crazy to make me not like it. And even though I say this one's not that great, I still do like it to some extent, because I feel the production value in the game, like with the intro, the music, and just certain like things with the characters. I thought it was pretty good. So definitely check out RXN Raijin. This is for sale on Play Asia. It's exclusive on Play Asia, so hopefully you guys, by the time this video is out, they're not sold out. Next game here is Dimension Drive, another shoot 'em up, a quirky shoot 'em up where it has a gimmick where you switch to the other side of the screen when things get too hectic or you run out of energy on one screen. You switch to the other side, and you can do the same thing with getting items. Definitely something very unique. It kind of reminded me of Twinkle Star Sprites if you ever played that game for a minute, just by looking at it. But it does play differently with the whole thing. With Twinkle Star Sprites, you're going against other characters, but this one you're just trying to survive and get energy and get to the boss. Dimension Drive, definitely a cool shoot 'em up you want to play on the system. This is another Play Asia, East Asia Soft exclusive. Next one here is Owlboy. Owlboy, I can't say enough about this game. I haven't got that far in it, but if you like Metroidvania type games, this is probably the king of them. Seriously. The creator of this game worked on this game, I believe, by himself, and I think it took him 10 years. I mean, damn, that's insane, man. I mean, seriously, but this is a work of art. I mean, he has a lot to look back on. This is like he left his legacy back with this one. Seriously, this game is pretty sick. If you have not played Owlboy, stop what you're doing right now. Get you a copy of this game. This game goes for $20 on Amazon, GameStop. Just pick this one up. You won't regret it. Cave Story was given to me by my buddy Zachary. Thanks a lot, buddy. One of my friends, Jared, had gifted me Cave Story on the Genesis. Yes, there's a Cave Story on Genesis, and I own the copy here. And he said, "You never played Cave Story before, man? You got to play this game." And he actually picked up a copy for me. Zachary, thanks again, buddy. Another Metroidvania type game. Really something to get into if you like those type games. I'm actually excited to play this more. I actually played more of the Genesis version than this one because the Genesis version is not supposed to exist, but it does. But definitely, this is probably the definitive version of the game here, the Switch version. So if you like Metroidvania type games, again, pick that one up. All right. So Salt and Sanctuary. I am trying to like this game more. I'm playing it more. I thought it was okay, but it kind of seemed generic to me in a way. I mean, I'm not trying to insult it or nothing like that. I just felt like it wasn't wowing me in. I did like some of how it started with the graphics and you're on the ship and how things get all crazy, but I don't know. If you like games like Demon Souls, this is a 2D version of Demon Souls. So I'm gonna play it some more, get more into it, and see how I feel about it. I'll probably change my mind, but as of right now, I'm kind of like, I don't know. All right, so actually, I'm down to my last two, and this is Remi Lore. This is a beat 'em up game in an isometric view. If you remember games like a lot of you probably won't remember this game. There's a game on the Sega Saturn called Princess Claire, and it's an isometric game, beat 'em up or action game kind of where you attack enemies. And this one feels like that, but I would say it's more of a dungeon crawler. But it's a beautiful looking dungeon crawler in a way. You're in the sky and you're on these platforms and you're like fighting these enemies that are inside of this book. And the characters, it's just really vibrant with everything. It's just beautiful and just, I don't know, it's hard to describe this game. Characters are constantly talking back to each other in the game, so it really feels like there's a lot of life in the game. It's co-op 2 players. I wish it was gonna be like online. It had an online mode, but hey, that's okay. I'm good with that. Still, don't let the look fool you. This is definitely a game worth having on the Switch. I played longer than I thought I was, so that shows you something right there. It's like one of those games, I'm going to play like 10 minutes. Next thing you know, 3 hours goes by. So definitely pick up Remi Lore. And the last game is the last game I've gotten recently. This is Aces of Luftwaffe. That's like some German name. I know I butchered it. I'm sorry. This is a shoot 'em up, vertical shoot 'em up game. Aces of Luftwaffe Squadron Extended Edition, DLC included. So this is like the definitive version of the game. If you like shoot 'em ups like Sky Force, this is definitely like right up your alley. And this game is only, well, on the Switch it's $30, but on other systems with the Blu-ray is only $20. So the Switch version, I guess, is more expensive to produce. But definitely, I think it's something that you guys will want to pick up. I know I say that a lot, but I don't mess around. I only collect the games I want to play, and it's very rare where I mean, there's certain games I don't like. I'm gonna give some of the games I talk about that I was kind of iffy about a chance though. But definitely, if I own it, man, I'm serious about it. So definitely check this one out if you like shoot 'em ups. And those are my Switch games. The Switch has pretty much impressed me a lot. I'm happy with the system. It's a strong console system and a strong portable. Even though it feels like it's not really portable because you can't really put it in your pocket unless you got a big ass raincoat. Then I guess it'll fit in your pocket perfectly. But other than that, it's a really cool system. I'm happy that I own it. I think the system, of course, has a lot more good potential in the future. I just hope that developers actually make games exclusive on that system that use the gimmicks of the system. You know, I'm tired of seeing like ports. I want to see like more exclusive games from third-party companies on the system, and hopefully we'll see that in the future. But anyways, guys, this video has gone on long enough. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Your buddy Radical Reggie, and I will see you later.